Hey everybody, I'm a couple minutes late here. Sorry about that. But decided to do something this morning. I'm just going to start out. Um, in the Bible, there's a book called Chronicles, and in First Chronicles, they list the lineage and the lineage coming down to Christ. So, So in that lineage, there was one man that was named, and then there was something said about that man, and that was Jabez. And there's a little book called The Prayer of Jabez, and it's by Bruce Wilkinson. And I read that last night, and um, everybody knows that I believe without God we're nothing. Um, so when I say God bless you, I really mean it. I hope God does bless you. I'm going to read this prayer this morning. Hey, David Carlisle, Tupac, Jamie, good morning, everybody. So I just wanted to read the prayer. It's real short, it's real simple, but I think it goes for every one of us. And I would be praying it for me, but I would also hope that you guys would kind of follow along and pray it for you. It's real short. It's, um, hang on one second. In First Chronicles 4 and 10, um, the the verse is real short. It says, "And Jabez called on the God of Israel, saying, Oh, that thou wouldst bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast, and that thine hand might be with me, and that thou wouldst keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me." And God granted him that which he requested. That's the verse, and the prayer, like I said, is real simple. Oh, that thou wouldst bless me indeed, and enlarge my coast, and that thine hand might be with me, and that thou wouldst keep me from evil, that it may not grieve me. That's inviting God to help you. So I hope that didn't throw anybody off, but I want to read that prayer every morning, and I won't go into a long explanation of anything, but and that's what I want to add to my live stream. So, good morning, everybody. Gregory Freeman, how are you? Thank you guys for coming in. You know what I've got planned for today is I went outside and I was cleaning the leaves out of my pool, and pool is such a uh, doesn't take a lot of work all the time, but it is a lot of work to keep a pool from becoming a pond and becoming a mosquito breeder. So you've got to keep everything going on it. But so I was out there this morning cleaning my pool out, getting all the leaves and stems and bees out of it. It seems like I've got this bee nest beehive in my tree now, and I want to leave it because I want the bees to be, I'm not a beekeeper, but I want the bees to be around when my fruit trees start blooming, my fig tree, my wife's peach tree, and apricot tree, and my blackberries. And when they start blooming, even my dragon fruit, I want to, or actually it's getting around to its dragon fruit. But those plants need bees, so I want to keep that hive to see if it helps. I've never had a beehive that I've kept. We had a beehive at work one time, and or a bee nest. The queen bee got in there and it was keeping the customers out of my store, so I had to get rid of it. And my daughter had bees at her house. They had to get rid of them, but I'm going to keep these. And they're out there flying around, but they go into the pool, and I probably dipped out at least 80 bees out of the pool. So those are 80 bees that aren't going to do much this spring. But I don't know why they get in the pool. They get into the water and they just don't get out. So I don't know how they do it out in nature, and they get into a puddle, they can't get out. And I guess bees are doomed to, drown in water. Hey, machine. Good morning. Thank you guys for coming in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me. Let YouTube know that you've been there. And chat it up. Hey, Diver, how are you, Greg? Good morning. So anyway, back, I was out there cleaning my pool, and I decided that I would just go over to this big pile of rocks that I've got in the backyard that I sifted out of the front yard. And I didn't find anything interesting. I didn't. But I'm going to show you what I did find. There's some rocks in here. I just wanted to show you some of these rocks this morning. I don't know why. They're not interesting at all. But you never know. You've got to look at things in a different way sometimes. Anyway, they're just some rocks that have some interesting striations and interesting looks about them, but they're not, fabulous stones of any kind. But anyway, for those of you that don't mind looking at rocks, I'm going to turn the camera around here and just show you what I picked up out of the rock pile. This might be dumb, but so hey, Dragon, how's it going this morning? Thanks for popping in. Here, we're gonna pull this down here. Well, thanks, machine. Thanks for that. I was picking up, going through all the rocks out there. It's amazing how a big pile of rocks has nothing really interesting in it. So I might do something one day like Dragon does, and some of the other guys, they excuse me. Oh, I don't want to mess this thing up. I gotta put it away. I still had my my 88 proof set there. So this is a rock I picked up, and the reason I have some of these is because I don't understand rocks. It's like this one. There's this rock, and it's got this rock in it. So it also has fissure, and I'm looking for rocks that have cracks in them, so that if I, I'm looking for these little cracks here so that I can possibly break that rock. But that's all I was really looking for out there in the rocks, is something that could be split. But this has the two different stones. It just makes me wonder how that happened, because it's not like this stone evolved into this stone. You know, that doesn't happen. These were put together when they were hot. So, and like I said, these have no significance at all. It's just something different. William E., good morning. So I hope all of you guys have a blessed day. God treats you right, and you treat him right. So we're going to pile up a pile of stone here. There's some that are good sized here. And I got them in a bucket of water because I was washing them off. I didn't want them. So they're going to look different when they dry out, because these are wet. But so I think it's interesting that stones have separation, like layers. So I'm sure there's somebody that could tell me exactly what these layers mean. You know, when you look at the uh, the ground, and you dig a hole in the ground and it's got layers, and you know that would yeah, I've got a tumbler, so I'm probably going to tumble some of these rocks and see, what they look like when they're tumbled. But I mean, like I said, none of these are real uh, impressive. They're just things that make me wonder, things that somebody that studies this would tell me what this is, and why it has white stone and black stone together. And it's I think it's kind of amazing, actually, that there's two different textures of stone, and they're multiple layers. I want somebody that knows this, because I'm not a real good researcher. I don't know the terminology for things, so I can't look it up. And whenever I look anything up, I stumble upon things. So anyway, that's the question that I have, is why the black and why the white? Why is it in layers? Because like in the ground, you know that the one layer was laid down, and then another layer, and then there's a layer of ash, and then if something burned down, and then there's a layer of volcanic ash if a volcano erupted somewhere close by, you know, that type of thing. But what caused these layers? I'm just pulling these rocks out of the bucket. I got a bunch of them here. There's one that has layers, but they're all the same color. That this one even has, you know, separation of layers, like the rock that I broke open. So a rock like this, yeah, I'm looking for these so that it could be broken. So that's what this stone is all about. It's got separation for cracking it open. So that's why I brought this one in, because then I can show you what I'm looking for. This type of thing here. Hey, good morning, Numismaniac. How are you today? We've got a bunch of my good people in here today. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Now, here's another one. Now, this doesn't have layers of rock, but it's got chunks of rock in it. Also, it's got a spot that can be broken open to see if there's any more of this in there. So these things are interesting to me. Little bitty chunks of white stone inside a gray stone. I'm glad you're getting over the flu, not just coming down with it, Numismaniac. 50-year separation. Whoa. Hope you have a good visit. So like I said, nothing impressive. There's no agate, no gems here, just rock. And they all look different. I like to pick up rocks like this. They look like little, uh, you know, the desert mountains, little uh, plateaus. A lot of these aren't solid. They're just layers of. Really, I use my tumbler to clean zinkins so I can roll them. See, there's nothing special about this rock. Maybe. There's another one that's layered in different rock texture. Again, are these just, compressed? Wherever they came from, molten at one time, and like a smelter. This is slag or something in there. I don't know. You tumble glass to make it look like beach glass. Tonka, hola amigo, ¿cómo está en Chile? Yeah, I know that each piece, has a different temperature, a melt temperature, and that this could be melted. You I get all of that. I just wonder how it's laid down in that order. Here's another one. It's got different textures and chunks in it. Looks like cottage cheese in a lasagna. You got the layers of lasagna and then you got cottage cheese. It's really fascinating. To me, anyway. I hope, hey, backbreaking metal detecting, how are you this morning? So you got layers and then you got chunks. They're just the simplest things, you know, cause me to think, how did it happen? And I don't know. So, except that these have to be a higher melting temperature, this type of material. And then this was just kind of spurting out, laying down, and this is spitting out and popping in. And I don't know. So, but I like those rocks. I like, they have character. It really is fascinating. Let's see if I got something in this. There's another one. Just makes me wonder if this was like volcanic rock. I can understand, you know, volcanic rock, but then it all looks pretty much the same. But this was laid down. Layer, these two layers look like almost the same, but then you got this really defined multiple layers in there. Like I said, nothing real gorgeous, just curiosity to me. See, these rocks are already drying out and they look so much different than when they're wet. This one, the first one, see, I'd like to know the difference in these two stones and why there's a big chunk of this kind of floating in that. Now this rock, this almost looks like quartz rock, gold bearing. Which one? This one here? I don't think this one would tumble real well because I think it would break up. It's all just fractured. But I might throw a couple of these in my tumbler and see what happens. Maybe I'll run them over the weekend. I don't know why I picked this one up. This one just little granite. I think I picked it up because it had a spot where I thought I might be able to crack it here. Thank you guys for hanging out. This one is really strange. It looks like asphalt, but that's not asphalt, that's rock with the cottage cheese in it. And then it's got the quartz type rock in the center of it. It's got this black rock with the cottage cheese in it on both sides. Thanks, machine. I'll have to look that up. This one I think I can crack it open really pretty easy. Got a nice fissure in it. Don't think there's anything important in that fissure, but I still want to crack it open and see. So that's one that I'll be tapping and seeing if I can get it to split. Just practicing on looking for the ones that have the splits in them like this. There might be a fossil in there. Look, it's layered. It could be a fossil in there. I'd be lucky if there was. So I'll be splitting this one. I'll do a little video on splitting this one. Yeah, I wasn't even metal detecting and I found a piece of metal in my rocks. That looks like it was a bracket off of something. Don't know how it got in with the rocks, but it's metal, so I picked it up. There's a cool little piece of quartz. And this is the stuff you look for gold veins. I do know that much. If you're looking for gold, this is what you're looking for in the rock. So another piece that I picked up because it has a split in it. It's a small one, but it's got a split in it. So I wanted to tap that one, see if I could get it to break on the split as well. This one I don't know why I picked up. Kind of looked like a alien skull when I was looking at it. From both sides. You see it? This. Courtside, that big camping area? No, I've never been there. We were looking at a video about that coincidentally. uh, I know there's a lot of BLM land out there. Be interesting. The BLM land, I'm pretty sure BLM land you can go and metal detect on, right? That sounds cool. A leaf? Goodness. I don't know how that got in there. That's off my orange tree. Oop. Okay. Are we having fun yet? There's one that's interesting texture. Nice and green, huh? I picked a couple of oranges. I guess when I picked the oranges, I put them on top of the rocks to bring oranges in. So I probably should have got a bigger bucket of rocks because I'm going to run out here before my time's up. So better slow down. This one's interesting. It's got like layers, but then again, it's got the cottage cheese in it too. Yeah, these, these rocks were in my yard. Yeah, well, they're still in my yard, but they're a big pile now. But they were in my front yard. This is where I got them. I was tilling my front yard, and it was so rocky because this is reclaimed desert here, and I was I sifted out probably about a yard of rock out of my yard. Getting desperate? No, I just uh, haven't been able to get out. Gregory Freeman and I are going out Friday to a park, and we're gonna I'm gonna shoot my live from out there, and we're gonna help Gregory Freeman do some shorts and uh, get some video for his channel. So I'm not desperate. I'm just doing something. I got so much stuff around here and everything. I figured you guys were tired of seeing treasure trash, so I give you something different. I guess you could call that desperate. I don't just there's one with a big chunk buried in it of quartz in it. I think this might be granite of some kind of granite, but it's got a big piece of quartz in it. Like I said, none of this is really cool, interesting, just interesting enough to look at. You have crummy rocks? No. Rocks are cool. See, this one has cracks in it, so I want to see if I can split it to see if there's any more of the quartz inside. Crummy rocks matter. These are pretty crummy. There's one that's not interesting. It just had that interesting blue look, the blue granite look. My neighbor across the way, he poured out big sections of rocks, white and brown. I think I washed this off. I think it's a piece of concrete, though. I think no, maybe not concrete. It's just a really different textured rock. It's got the check that out. But oh, I thought that was a. It looked like a worm casing, doesn't it? It looks like you get a closer look. I guess not. At first, it looked like one of those worm casings. You know, those worms that like coral. That's weird. See, what's that type of thing doing in this type of rock? You think so? This one? It's got that really weird piece of quartz in it. It's really strange. Another alien rock. See my alien here? It has a little beady eye in there. That's cool looking. Probably just the water that's making that. I think it is just the water. Hey, Trevor the detector, how are you? Fish with a tongue? What? Oh, okay. Well, I did get a big pile of rock here. There's another sandwiched one with the quartz layer. Dimebag, good morning. How you doing? Getting down to the end here pretty soon, I think. This one, I think it looks like real lava rock. I think, not the porous kind, but I think this is a real piece of lava rock. Here it is. Not quite the one with so many air bubbles and stuff in it, but see, they got these spots where there were other type stones possibly. So if I break this, oh, what's that? Look at, oh, thought I had a little footprint there. Kind of looked like a little rat paw print or something there. So this one had to have had, like a harder rock stuck in it like that, something at one time. Oh, that fits. That's weird. Look at that. That uh, that is strange. That fits in that hole like it belonged there. Uh, check that out. Actually fits that hole. I don't think that could have come out of there though, but that's that is strange. It actually fits in that hole. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If I broke that open, there might be something in there because it looks like it has foreign objects in it. But you never know until you do it, right? I mean, this like this. Well, we're going to break this one open and see if there's anything in it. This one I like because it's another piece of quartz. It's got different stuff all mixed into it, though, different colors. Like I said, nothing real impressive, but yeah, Jamie, you had a really good fossil video. Me? No, I haven't. I haven't been to the auction thing. Uh, we've been holding off on doing auctions for a while. I've seen a couple of interesting things, but we haven't bid on anything. Don't know why I picked this one up. I might throw this in the tumbler, see what happens with it. Got some interesting texture in here. I don't have a best rock. I'm just taking them out of the bucket as I get them. Again, I don't know, nothing special about that one. Scorpion, how you doing today? Another piece of quartz rock. You guys are awesome hanging out while I'm looking at weird chunks of stone. It is an exotic location. It's at the side yard. It's a desert land. This, and I was looking for the cracks again. I just picking up rocks that have cracks in them to see if I can break them open and not destroy them. So, and I can't tell you stories. I got to tell you what I'm doing. I could say that I picked these up anywhere. No, this one, after I washed it off, it didn't have anything, but it looks like this stone over here, kind of. It's got this same type of stone here. Kind of. Yeah, I can't find anything real specific about this one either, except it's a lot like that one. This one was stuck to one, I think, because I don't remember picking it up. Another piece of quartz. Down to the most interesting ones now, William. I was looking at this, and I was hoping that it was, but I don't think it is. I thought it might be a piece of petrified wood that I got in here, but after I washed it up, it doesn't seem like petrified wood. But this, I thought possibly had wood grain textures to it. It's just the layers. You got a robot's face there. You brought back rocks from the moon. You went to the moon, William? Yeah, I'd like to see. See, there's another one that has kind of a crack in it. It has cottage cheese like stones in the texture of its layers. Broke one apart and an alien popped out, ate your cat. Well, that's it. uh, yep, that's it. The bucket has nothing but water in it now. Well, thanks for hanging out with me while I'm goofing off with what? Looks like I've had a few people pop in and leave a like. We're at the 1 hour mark. But yep, that's what I'm planning on doing is trying to find enough to split the rocks and see if there's anything inside them. And we might get lucky. You never know. You know, these rocks just might have something different. But I'm going to look for others. I'm going to try and go out to the riverbed and see if I can find something interesting in the riverbed. Because my rock pile is nothing more than a bunch of this stuff here. I I picked out the ones that had the most interesting textures, or maybe an interesting shape, or maybe something about it that might look cool but didn't. I'm sorry. But I did get some interesting stones out there that have this one I think would look cool if it was tumbled. I don't know whether it would gloss up or anything, but I'm going to throw it in the tumbler anyway. So I'm going to throw a couple of these in the tumbler today. And so, Machine, you said that you tumble a lot. Oh, we got a new person here. Cheese Sausage Caden. Cool. What do you do, Cheese Sausage? Everybody say hi to Cheese Sausage. We have a new person in the room. Well, Scorpion, if I caught you before you left, thank you for popping in to say hi. Well, Cheese Sausage, I'm going to give you a wrench. Please be mindful of it. What we do with it is help each other out. Go look at the other channels. Check everybody out. Check everyone out that's on my chat. And I hope that every once in a while somebody new comes in. Nice to meet you, Cheese Sausage. So I'm going to turn this back around because I don't have any more rocks to show you. So I'll just talk at you. What's my watch time? Hang on, I'll tell you in just a second. Gotta maneuver my camera back around there. Oh, now I can sit back and I'll tell you what my watch time is now. It's at 3,143. So just in the last 2 weeks, I got another 143 watch hours. Thanks to you guys. I've got a few new subscribers. And in the last 28 days, I've gotten about 300. Hang on just a second, let me tell you. 397 new subscribers in the last 28 days. So the last 7 days, I got 69 new subscribers in the last 7 days. So moving right up there. Got a few more people, maybe a few more watch hours out of it. So you guys are awesome for hanging out with me and helping me out to get me to where I want to be. Uh, I I can't express how much you guys have helped me. So uh, and my subscribers are on an incline right now. So all looking good. My watch hours are going up. Let me see. Watch time. You know, that's watch time. My watch time is going up considerably this last day or two. So people are coming back to watch. During the holidays, kind of left off a little bit because a lot of people doing different things for the holidays and everything. But you guys stuck in there, helped me out a lot. Hey, Treasure Hunt Neil, how are you? Good to see you. And one of these days I'll learn how to read all of these things. All I can do is follow the line, and when it's going up, that's a good thing. You know? So the only thing I can't see here, I have to go onto the computer. I can't see anything about members here, but I know that for sure that William is a member, and Tupac is a member, and Grandma Kelly is a member, and uh, Diver is a member. So I want to thank you guys for becoming members. If I missed anybody, I haven't seen anybody become a member other than that. Uncle Beep. Good morning, Uncle Beep. How you doing? But now I'm looking at this rock that had the impressions in it. It's got uh, little pieces of stone in it. And really looks more like lava rock as it's drying out here. And looks like it could be the type of rock that would have a fossil in it. So it's funny how that one rock that it? No, that's yeah. See, look inside there. There's a little groove, and it's a groove in this rock. And when you put it into that spot, the grooves match up. So actually almost fits. Not 100%, but almost fits that perfectly. So kind of weird how that worked. Oh, that's starting to almost look like a chunk of asphalt, but I know it's not asphalt. Definitely an interesting chunk of slag. Yeah, I know I can. I've got to get in there and do that. I got to get into the computer and figure that out. Maybe I'll do that today. I don't run my lives. I run my lives on the iPad. I don't run anything on the computer. So I'll have to bring up something. I don't know whether I have to bring up my live on the computer, but I don't have a camera or well, now I have the microphone. This microphone would work on my computer, I know, but I don't have a camera for the computer. So I've got to figure out some things. I got to figure out a lot of things that how I can do things better. Oh yeah, there's a lot of things you can't access on the phone or on the iPad from YouTube Studio. You have to go into the computer to do, like connecting. You know, one of my favorite things is that you can connect a short. You can put a short up and you can connect it to a video, any of them now. So you don't have to just remix from a video and make a short. You can take a short that you make anywhere and connect it to a video you made anywhere. That's one of the things I like to do on the computer, but you can't do that from the phone. You can't access that from the app version. And vice versa. You mean took a video to a short backwards? Yeah. Yeah, the YouTube Studio, you know, every computer program is deep for me. I mean, I I've worked a lot of programs. I used to be uh, very well versed in like Photoshop and Illustrator and After Effects and Avid editing and uh, but they've some of them have grown past me. There's a lot in there that I haven't uh, worked with in a long time. So when I shoot on GoPro, I uh, edit in After Effects. I like After Effects because you can not only edit, but you can put in other effects, make your own effects. You can do a lot of things in After Effects. But then I toy around with Tinkercad, which uh, I made my, oops, I only have the, oh, what happened? Oh, there they are. Hang on. Where are my detectors here? They're here someplace here. There's where I made my 3D models for these earrings that I make. I I'm going to put these on Macari. I guess I can't. I thought that I didn't research it before because I didn't want to fill my head full of ideas, but I thought that you could put up a store. Oh, look at that. That you could put up a store and hook it up to YouTube and have people go and buy things like that. But it didn't turn out that way. I do have a store that's coming up that has T-shirts and designs that I'll be making, putting up there. But the earrings I'm going to have to put up on Macari and just hook Macari to the site, put it in my description or something. Which there's this one. I was just looking down at it and can't you can't see it on the camera because the light's not shining just right. But this has like little crystals in it. Maybe you can catch a little glint of them in the camera, but the camera doesn't pick it up real well. Anyway, so if I break one of those layers, maybe there'll be more crystal-like. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to show you anyway because it's just not, the camera's not picking up the crystal-like quality of this stone. Too small. It's just like glitter in there. And didn't see it when it was wet, but now that it's dry, you can see it with the naked eye, but the camera's just not picking it up real well. I don't have a black light. I don't have a black light. I used to have a black light, but I don't have a black light anymore. Bad idea, lad. Now the AccuPoint has a weird uh, configuration. It's one of those molds that has to be injected. 3D printer can't make that configuration. Close, but not close enough to where it uh, fits real well. It's kind of a awkward. Tcat's working on it though. He is working on it to see if it can work out. We're hoping, that 3D printing, it works really well for doing what we do. They really need to be made out of a little sturdier idea of injection molding instead of 3D, because the layers, uh, in order to make them work, you have to make them thin enough to where the layers are fairly thin. And although we think they're great, there's a couple of people that don't think they're so great, but I use them. I use my scoop all the time on my GARRETT, and that one fits really well, and the Mind Labs works really well. But there's two that the Nocta and the what was the other one? One that Gene uses. I can't think of right now. Anyway, they have like a square, uh, and it's twisted a little bit, so it's hard to get something to fit on it to make that spade or scoop work. But the GARRETT and the Mind Labs work really fine, and any of the knockoffs of GARRETT mold or the Mind Labs mold work really well. But we're having a little bit of a problem with those two, getting them to fit properly. But I use my scoop all the time. My scoop's permanently on my pinpointer, and you see me digging with it all the time. A lot of times I don't even dig with my digger. I use the scoop on the end of my pinpointer. Sometimes it takes a little longer to get to it, but uh, you stay focused on the target more. You know, Tupac won one of my scoops. I sent it to him, and I know he hasn't got a chance to use it yet because he hasn't been out metal detecting. But Susie Q was one of the first ones to uh, buy our universal spade, and she really liked it a lot. she used it quite a bit. And FL Thunder got one, and Digging It Back, Charlie got one, and Jean bought several of the scoops for her pinpointers, and she really liked the way they work. But I thought it was a really great idea for the soft ground and for tot lots and the sand, because then you don't have to go back and forth with the digger, and you can just scoop it out, and you don't wear the tip of your pinpointer out. A lot of people use their pinpointer and don't even put covers on them, but they wear them out. Even if they put covers on them, they still use them to dig, but they're not quite as effective as our scoop is. I think for being 3D printed, they're really well done. But it takes a lot of money to get into making things better. And you can start out with one design, and you can continue to make it better to a certain point. But then, if you want to go on to that second level, hey, Danny boy, then you got to get some investors or sell the idea. I don't. But so anyway, these will be going up on. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put them up on Mercari and just hook them to my uh, description so that people can get them if they want them. Okay, Bad Idea Lab. You guys are awesome hanging around with me. I have 50 more seconds for my hour and a half. You guys have been awesome. I made it to 20. Still looking for that 27 likes. So if you come in and you're just here for a short while, make sure you hit the thumbs up so YouTube knows you were here. Thank you, everybody. God bless you all for being here today. Sorry about hitting rock bottom. But later, Gators. Come back and see my next misadventure. Same time, same incognito channel. Maybe not the same place, but let's hunt. Bye for now.